we don't understand how corporations work. We know that the issue of corporate governance is absolutely essential to understanding how modern market economies behave. To a large extent, the CEOs have been managing the corporations for their own benefit as they've seized a larger and larger fraction of the corporate pie for themselves. And we know it hasn't been working for our entire economy. So we're beginning to see, you might say, the symptoms of dysfunctional corporate governance. The question is, how do we fix that? One of the important advances has been game theory, which explicitly focuses on non-competitive situations. Game theory has been very good at trying to identify the determinants of power. Back in the 1950s and 60s, people talked about power, but there was no analytic frame. Game theory has given us that analytic frame. Another set of tools is behavioral economics. We understand that the model of the individual, the rational, utility maximizing individual, does not describe well probably any individual in our society. And when you bring together collectivities, collections of these individuals, they also don't act in the way that that model predicts. One of the new developments in behavioral economics has been based not on just working psychology, but working sociology and extending again the boundaries of economics, precisely addressing how people interact. The models that you might say, the older behavioral economists used, they describe very well the heuristics that people use, the kinds of biases to which they are subject. But they don't explain the development of concepts like race, caste, social constructs that are so influential. One of the striking things in the United States is this interesting finding that there are more climate deniers among the more educated. And of course, that goes exactly against what one would have presumed, because you would have think somebody who has more science education, you understand the physics of climate science, and you'd be more prone towards it. And as we've dug beneath that simple empirical finding, what one sees is that more educated people tend to be higher income and in the Republican Party. And the Republican Party has constructed a sociology, a groupthink that has convinced itself that climate change doesn't exist. So that's a sociological phenomena. You can't explain it by rationality, you can't explain it by the old behavioral economics based on just psychology. There's nothing particular in the psychology of Republicans in the United States. It has to do with group behavior. As we understand that, we can maybe get a better understanding of how do we break out of that, how do we change that to begin to address these environmental issues.